So I've had a chance to wear these Air Force 270s a little bit, and I wanted to give you guys a detailed review and my thoughts about the brand new Air Force 270 in the Safari colorway. Hey, what is going on, guys? Hess here, collectivekicks.com, and thank you guys for stopping by and watching this video. If you guys do enjoy my content, I really like you, and we should be friends. If you guys do want to hit the thumbs up button, feel free to do so at any point through the video. I've been waiting to give you guys a review and some details about this Nike Air Force 270 with the brand new 270 bubble on the butt. I can't stop talking about how fresh these sneakers are. I think this might be one of the craziest, best new designs on a pair of sneakers that I've seen in a long time. And it really just gets me energized and lets me remember like why I love sneakers so much. I don't know what it is about seeing a new model, feeling them on feet, and just appreciating every design aspect that the creators put into this model. So designers, creators out there, thank you for this shoe, because this one personally just speaks to me on so many different levels. I can't tell you guys how happy I am to just be able to have a pair of these shoes, and I'm really glad they're not crazy hyped up. You can buy a pair of these right now. They're $160. I'll link some in the description, and they're easy to obtain for the most part, and they've had 3 really dope colorways so far of this shoe. So let's go ahead and get in. When Nike designed this Air Force 270 model, they really wanted to deliver all-day comfort, but they also wanted to redesign the look of Air. That's part of the journey that ended up getting them to the 270 bubble that we see on the back, which is also featured on the Air Max 270. This model was inspired by 2 other sneaker models. One of them is right here, and I'm excited to show you guys these because this is the OG pair of a classic that I absolutely loved back in the day. But these Air Force 180s to me were just too fresh. And that 180 Air unit back in the day was so revolutionary and so cool to look at. I was just blown away when I saw these when I was a kid. I remember teammates in my basketball team had these shoes and I wanted them so bad. But I had like a fake version from Payless that had a really hard plastic piece here. Definitely wasn't like Air or anything like that. But these are the old Barclays, and you can see they're absolutely destroyed. This is a brand new dead stock pair that I bought on eBay years ago. It's just a really sentimental piece for me, and you can see just super destroyed. And you can see this pair was never even laced. Anyways, part of this shoe was actually inspired from this shoe, but you can see aesthetically they look very, very, very different. The midsoles look pretty different. The only thing that looks fairly similar on the bottom is the flex grooves on both pairs of the shoes. You can see that there's a little bit of a plastic eyelet right here, which kind of gives you a nod to the plastic ones on this pair. But the most obvious similarity between both of them is they both have straps over the front of the shoe. The other shoe that these were inspired after are the Air Force Maxes, which did have a large Air unit on the back, similar to like the Air Max 93 sort of vibe to them. And those also had a strap across the front. Air Force Maxes, though, had a little bit of a paw on the side right here. And that's pretty much as far as I can tell for the similarities. But similar to the Air Max 270, I think that this shoe, the Air Force 270, looks completely unique on its own, and it's sort of like an Easter egg if you know that it looks like 2 other models or has similarities to 2 other models. But the reality is, like, this is a standalone sneaker. It just looked fresh by itself, even if it didn't have inspiration from some of the other ones. And the inspiration was so light, they didn't take and just make like a hybrid version of something. It wasn't just like over the top inspired by. It was super creative and original on its own. So a couple of my favorite features of this shoe, obviously the Safari print is a plus. I like that they added that here. And I like the overall theming with the orange and black. Go Beavs. That's just something that I'm really passionate about. And it's really dope to see so many different textures and materials instead of just an all Flyknit or Hyperfuse upper. Those are great shoes as well when they do that, but it just doesn't have as much dynamic as this does in my opinion. The other huge component about this that I really love is this strap on the shoe. It says pull on it right here. And so you pull down and it just completely unlatches. And then you just get it closer and it snaps into place because of the magnetic lock right there. And then if you want to snug it up, you just pull down on the strap right there. But it's a really innovative, cool, functional pull tab. And I like that they can add a little bit of flavor and color to the end of it. Just a really well executed strap. And then obviously a selling point is the huge 270 Air unit on the back. This is the one that was the very first one that was engineered specifically for lifestyle only. It is not a performance sneaker. And obviously myself and my channel speak to that lifestyle side of things. I'm all for that lifestyle movement. And I'm glad Nike is finally recognizing that that's a segment out there that they needed to tap into. So super dope that they have that. And I really like the Air unit. It definitely flexes a lot, like I mentioned, but I like the overall comfort of that giant Air unit in the back. It's super nice. So the pricing of these are $160. I would say that they fit true to size, although they did get a little bit snug in the toe box section for myself personally. Leave a comment if you have a pair or tried them on and you feel the same way or differently. And so you could go true to size. You could go up a half a size as well and be completely content. Personally, if I get another pair, I might go up to a 10 instead of a 9.5, just because I like the extra wiggle room personally, and I have a little bit more of a wider footprint. And the last thing that I wanted to mention that I really love about this shoe is the fact that it has this detached tongue the way it does. You have a little bit of branding on the side, and it's completely detached on the top section, which means lots of mobility. So you get the full look and feel of an actual tongue, yet it's still sort of a mock tongue, and it fits really well like in this section down here. So this is definitely my ideal setup. I like it when you can loosen it up. I like it when you have the physical appearance of a tongue, and I think that the overall aesthetics and the look just is much, much better when you have something like this. If I did have to say a couple things that I didn't really like about the shoe, one, as I already mentioned, it does fit a little bit snug, so that could be a turnoff to some people. The other thing is the shoe is really heavy. This is a really heavy shoe. It's much heavier than the Air Max 270s, and it's definitely a substantial shoe. On the positive side of that though, it feels really, really sturdy. And the last thing I wanted to mention is I wish they used React in the front part of the midsole. I mentioned that in the Nike Air Max video as well. This is mostly rubber, which is the reason why this sole is so heavy. This is like a huge rubber sole, and so I guess they wouldn't use React right there, but there is a little bit of foam in this section right here. It would be cool if they used something like React, although again, the durability on that is not as good, at least from the physical appearance. So this might be better just in the long run if you want something more durable. So my final thoughts on the Air Force 270, are they worth buying? My personal opinion, absolutely. There's no question. For me, this shoe is an absolute buy. The overall aesthetics alone sold me because it's such a modern look. It's beefy, but yet it's a comfortable shoe with the 270 Air unit. And I love the magnetic strap on the shoe. The overall design and execution is amazing. So far, all the colorways have been really sick. And let's face it, if they threw the acronym or off-white name to this shoe, you guys would be lining up to buy them. But right now, nobody seems to be doing that as much. So I'm happy to tell you guys how much I like this shoe just because I'm passionate about it. I know everybody else has their own opinions, and some people definitely don't agree with myself, but that's the fun part about sneakers in general. I can find certain sneakers that I have an affinity to, and you guys might not share that same affinity, and that is a-okay. But thank you again to the design team at Nike for creating this majestic piece that I love so much, and I definitely am interested in seeing what other colorways end up dropping. Once again, if you guys are interested in buying an Air Max or Air Force 270, check the links in the description, and thank you guys for stopping by and watching the video. Much appreciated. Hopefully you guys found it informative or entertaining, or if you guys just don't like me and you still are watching the video and you're listening to me, I'm sorry. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I post new videos. But thank you guys again for watching. At this time, if you guys want to click any of the videos on the screen, feel free to do so. And we will see you guys for some more videos soon. Peace, guys.